Hey, joined by Sam Jordan of the Shady Spring Tigers, state champion. I know that sounds good to you, Sam, but this year, another year, what are your expectations for this year's team?
Go back down and get us another one, but learn to. I think now that we've won one, everybody thinks we're settled, and we're going to be. Oh, that's just one of them. That we'll be fine with it. Our team's different. I think Chapman's, Brandon Cole, they want to go down and get us another one. Everybody's with them on that.
So, just having one, that's just the start.
Yeah, I think personally it was just a start for us, for the program too.
When you look at this, you've got one senior on this year's roster. I think you had one last year.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, how long can this streak go on? I mean, you got a heck of a junior class right now, I'd say, right?
We got a big junior class, and then under us is a good sophomore and pretty good sophomore class. And then the freshman class with Jack Williams, Tommy's boy, brother, and then a couple of their kids, Kyle Olson. I mean, those guys, they played middle school ball, and they whooped the championship. I mean, they won the county championship by, can't remember, 20, 30, 40, something like that. And
so you're in really good shape.
Yeah, those guys played ball since they were third graders.
Why is the defense at Shady so good?
I think Coach Olson, he just pushes us so much, and he knows the game so well. He pushes us, and like whenever we have a breakdown, he'll stop and make us get it right. And then when we watch film after games, he'll go through and find the defense more than the offense, which that's just his mentality, and I love it because defense wins. Like I said, defense wins championships more than the offense.
Was it as good as you've seen it at the state tournament? Was it that 3-game run?
That 3-game run. I mean, when we were up there, I was like, we were debating. We said, me and my buddies, they're like, well, we're up here, and then. That first game we played lights out. I mean, our defense was all over the place. They couldn't do nothing. But
that was Hoover, right?
Yeah, that was Herbert Hoover. And when we saw that, I was like, man. I was like, we play like that against. Then we saw Winfield win. If we play like that against Winfield, then we'll be in there. So we went out, played just like we did against Herbert Hoover, and those 3 games were all about defense. I think personally.
Did you get a lot of comments on the defense down there?
Yeah,
people watching?
I have a couple of friends that live down there, and my dad has a couple friends too, and all my family lives close down there, and they commented on a bunch of stuff. I mean, walking down the street, you hear, oh, it's that Shady team. They play good defense, and it's that run and jump's just scary.
And your dad is an assistant coach here, and you guys are from. I think he's from Indiana.
Yes, sir.
They have huge gyms and stuff. Did you kind of grow up around
the
mentality of basketball, him being from Indiana and everything?
I did. I was born here, and then we moved back to Indiana, and ever since then, I've played for travel ball since I was 6.
When did you come back to Shady?
We came back my 4th grade year at Daniels.
So you've been back, you kind of just fell right back into basketball here.
Yep. Pretty much.
Is there a big difference between the 2 states?
Oh yeah, big difference. Basketball down there in Indiana is just, it's a big time. Like up here, it's here and there. You'll hear about it, and you'll have guys that play it a lot. But down there, it's all the time, and they play year round for sports teams, stuff like that. So.
Well, speaking of year round, I know you have a job. You started your own business, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I started a landscaping business. I bought it off a guy who passed away, and I did a little bit before that, a little bit side job, and it was just me and my dad and my brother, and we took on that job, and we bought the business off that other guy, and we've built it in the past 2 years now. 2 years, we've built it up from 50 to 60 clients to almost 135-ish.
That's grass all summer and...
Grass, mulch, landscaping work, trimming bushes, pretty much you name it, and we'll do it. And then right now we're in fall cleanups, picking up leaves, and that's always fun times because They never stop dropping.
Until the snow starts falling.
Yeah, until the snow. But I personally don't do anything in the snow, plowing, nothing like that. I do a little bit of people that go to our church, elderly people. I do their driveways and stuff just for ambulance purposes and stuff like that if they need them.
Do you feel like it's giving you a kind of a education in business?
It is. It definitely is. It's learning me. I mean, I'm in school and I'm having to text, like, during practices, I have to text a couple guys real quick, ask coach if I can text a couple of my employees, and learning how to quote stuff, taxes, sales tax, employee costs, all that stuff. I mean, I'm learning more about
So
that.
you had to take care of some business during practice before.
Oh yeah, I've had to take care of. Well, my dad usually can text them real quick, but I'll tell him what to text them so I don't get in trouble.
So you kind of run it.
Yes, I basically run it, but it's in my dad's name until I'm 18.
Well, your dad said you make more money than he does now, so
I try not to compete with the man.
Well, I don't ask anybody about their money anyway,
Yeah.
so you know that's not something you ask, but it's been pretty good for you
Yes,
so
sir.
far.
It has been. I mean, I have a bunch of basketball boys work for me a lot of times, and they do good, but you just gotta stay dedicated to it.
Are you the kind of boss that kind of gets in there and gets dirty too when you're doing the work?
Oh yeah, I'm one of those guys right now. I have one full-time employee and a couple high school kids, and that's it. And I get in there and get it all. And I'm not one of those guys that will sit back in the desk and tell them what to go do. I'm one of those guys that will get out in front of them, show them.
Now the basketball started, I imagine it slows down a little bit.
It does. It does.
Another kind of job.
Yeah, it does a little bit, and I have a great employee, and he goes out and gets them all done for us. But
Gotcha. All right. Hey, Sam, I appreciate it. Good luck to you guys this season.
appreciate it, sir.